Types of GST. GST is three types. When you are going to a restaurant and having a food, biryani, you can see in the bill, if the biryani cost is some 300 rupees, it will be written that 2.5% SGST, another 2.5% CGST, and that means you have to pay some 7.5 rupees state government, 7.5 rupees to central government. Their cost will go from 300 to 315. This is when you are taking. The customer is also in one state and the seller is also in the same state. You are purchasing from Assam, from a shop in Assam. Then GST will be divided into two, SGST, CGST. Now, sometimes you might purchase something from Bengaluru, Amazon, Flipkart, Mindra, or any other online service. The customer is in Assam and seller is in Gurugram in Haryana, or seller is in Noida in Uttar Pradesh, seller is somewhere in Delhi, seller might be sometimes Kolkata or Bengaluru. That time, CGST, SGST will be troubled. Which state will get the CGST, the state GST will be a trouble. At that time, we have when customer is in one state and the seller is in another state, we have a system called as integrated GST, IGST. The IGST, after analyzing the complete business, government of India will share with the states. And IGST, some portion government of India will share. That is why many times a dispute happens. States are demanding that our share in GST center is not giving us share in the GST of IGST. Mostly the equation is that we give to the state of purchaser. You purchased something from Amazon, seller was in Bengaluru, you are from Assam. Then money used is Assamese money or Karnataka money? Simple question. Assamese money is used. Anyway, Assamese, there is no separate currency. I'm telling that you are purchasing something from Amazon. The seller is in Bengaluru. Then the money spent on purchasing this one is a money of Assam. Money of Assam means money generated in Assam. Then which state deserves the GST? The state of purchaser deserves the GST. And that is why the equation, there is no specific equation, 100% will be given to the state of purchaser, but mostly the analysis goes in that way. Coming to the next point regarding GST and Constitution and GST, as I explained earlier, 101st Amendment Act 2016 has introduced GST. It has added a new article into Constitution, that is GST Council under Article 279A. Then GST Council is a constitutional body under Article 279A. GST comes under concurrent jurisdiction. That means decision on GST will be taken by collaboration of the state and center. Center alone cannot impose any decision. All states all together, ignoring center, also cannot take any decision. How that is practically implemented, I can explain you when we explain the GST Council. Next is exemptions under GST. Alcohol is not coming under GST. Why? Alcohol is not brought under GST. Still, alcohol as the state value added tax, central excise duty, multiple taxes are there on alcohol. Excise duty means, what is the meaning of excise duty? Tax on? Excise duty means tax on manufacturing. In my childhood, I'm coming from a remote village. Near to my home, there was a woman, and in her home, she was running an illegal bar. Then she was illegally manufacturing alcohol, and all the people, when they are going back home after the work, and for 10 rupees, she was giving one glass. There was a long queue. Don't think that I have not tried. And because one person, he was coming for the daily work in my home. My father was a farmer. Then he had an assistant person. He used to stay in my home every day. He was taking the food from my home every time. And whenever the job is there, whenever he has some work, my father has given the duty, work is there, then he will be paid the daily wage. When there is no job, he will come in the evening. he wants to get 10 rupees from my father because 3 times food is there in my home, but the water is not given in my home. By taking the 10 rupees while going back, he will go to this house and take one glass. And then this woman, anyway, after a few years, she died out of the liver failure because she was also drinking too much and she was giving to the people. Then her son took over this mission. I have seen that many times when some officers are coming in a jeep and with the board excise department, all these people run away. Many people will be standing in queue. When excise department jeep is passing through that way, everybody scatters and runs away. Then excise department sometimes enters the home, they confiscate the alcohol manufactured there and they burn it and they destroy that. Sometimes they also run behind this person. I thought initially that excise department means a department which will make operation on the people who manufacture illegal alcohol. That is not true. Excise department is a department of tax. They manage the tax on manufacturing. Why they are coming to this house? They are manufacturing alcohol here without paying the excise duty, the manufacturing tax. Then excise duty, there is a still alcohol has excise duty, alcohol has value added tax, alcohol has sales tax. Why it is not brought under GST? The reason is that under GST, the maximum tax is 28%. Government wants to charge more tax from the people who want to drink. If you want to drink, you give the money and drink. That is a huge revenue for the government. And recently there was a debate in Assam that during Durga Puja, it should be declared as a dry day, but government did not declare. Why? Government will have a huge loss of money. And during Onam celebration in Kerala, and now the New Year is coming, and people take the New Year, Onam, and other celebrations sometimes to move out of the world. And recently I heard that some students union in Dibrugarh has written letter to DC and to restrict the age for the entry into the night clubs in the during the New Year and the Christmas celebration. Anyway, coming to my point, see that during the Onam and New Year in Kerala, last time the report came that 450 crore rupees alcohol was sold in a single day. 450 crore rupees alcohol was sold in a single day. Then it is not true that India has poverty. Where is the poverty? And people are spending this much money for drinking alcohol. See, the total expenditure of the mission Chandrayaan 3 was 900 crore rupees. Then 2 Onams drinking money is enough to send a mission to moon and by the ISRO. Coming to our point, and alcohol. Why alcohol? Government wants to charge near to 40 to 45% is all taxes on the alcohol. When somebody is drinking, they should feel that I am helping government, but don't drink to help the government. And it will sometimes might be helping government, but it will destroy you definitely. In Assam, especially, I have seen liver cirrhosis is a common disease. And in my life, living 37 years, in my family or anybody I knew, in Kerala, I have never heard of a single person dying out of liver cirrhosis. Coming to Assam, in last 3 months, in my flat, apartment where I am staying, 2 persons died out of liver cirrhosis, and the upstairs people. And that means the reason might be, I don't know whether people are drinking too much. And one reason might be, second reason, people only drink, they don't eat sometimes. And not eating the food on time, but early morning drinking and evening drinking, afternoon drinking, that might be one problem. Third problem might be consuming illegal alcohol, not fermented properly, and somebody manufactures in their home and they take it, or some friends are manufacturing in their home, they distribute among the people, and might be a reason because not a scientifically developed, something unscientific and drinking too much. Anyway, alcohol is no way scientific, not unscientific, is no, everything is harmful. When you purchase a bottle, it will be written there and it will cause the liver cirrhosis for you. You will be in ICU in future. You will be sometimes in ventilator in future. If you are ready for all these risks in the life, then drink, otherwise leave it. And coming to our alcohol, excise duty and value added tax is that electricity. Electricity, already people have a complaint, the electricity charge is very high. Now, if tax is also there, people will protest. That is why only electricity unit charges are there. Petrol, crude oil, high-speed diesel, petrol, natural gas, and aviation fuel, these are not brought under GST at present. Government has a plan to bring under GST in future. Why it is not brought? Including central excise duty, state sales tax, everything. How much percentage is the tax on petrol? When you fill up in your scooty, 100 rupees, 1 liter petrol, what do you expect? How much money goes to government? When you fill 100 rupees petrol, how much money you are contributing to government? Not 60, near to 50, 52 rupees are going to government. Remaining is going to the petroleum company. Then when you are driving a car, driving a scooty, still you are helping government. And coming to GST Council. GST Council and GST Council, all decisions related to GST is taken by GST Council. As we explained earlier, it is a constitutional body under Article 279A. It is a constitutional body. Chairperson of GST Council is Union Finance Minister is the chairperson. There will be one member representing the central government. He is Minister of State for Revenue, Union Minister of State, the junior minister in charge of revenue or the tax in the finance ministry. Other members are finance ministers of all states in India and union territories in India. And deputy chairperson of the GST Council is the finance minister of any one state by rotation. Assam state, Arunachal Pradesh state, that way rotating way it will go into the finance ministers of each state for a period of 1 year. This year might be Assam finance minister, next year it will go to another state's finance minister. This is the GST Council. Now, how decision is taken in GST Council? In GST Council, first thing, the quorum. Quorum means minimum number of attendants required for having a meeting, not to decide. To have a meeting, minimum 50% of the members should be present. If more than 50% of the members are, bunking the meeting or they are boycotting the meeting cannot take any decision. Same in as we can see in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Imagine if more than 50% members of the GST Council are suspended, then decision is not possible. That is why there will be no question of suspending a member and no question of removing a member, because if they are not there, decision is not possible. Then 50% should be attendance. Second thing, to take a decision, 75% of the votes should be in favor of that decision. If we are taking the total number of votes into 100%, 75% of the votes is required in favor of a decision to take the decision. How we will decide the percentage of the votes? Central government has one vote. That is, central government will have one vote, but that one vote has the value of 33% of the votes. When central government supports a decision, that decision gets 1/3 support, 33.33 we can take it. Then simply we can take 33%. All states and union territories. How many states are there in India? 28. How many union territories are there with a government, with finance minister? Puducherry and Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir will have in future. At present is not there. Then 2 union territories have finance minister. These 30 members, their total vote value is 66%. That means one state's or union territory's vote value is 2.2%. To take a decision, 75% vote is required. That means if center alone supports a decision, all the states are opposing that. Is it possible? No, only 33% vote will come. Now imagine all the states, 28 states and 2 union territories, everybody supporting a decision. Center opposed it. Then also not possible, because only 66% total votes will be there. That means center's support is mandatory, 33%. Minimum some 20 states support is also mandatory. Then 20 states multiplied by 2.2, 44% will come. That means some 77% comes, more than 75% comes, and decision can be taken. This is why GST Council is called as a jurisdiction by concurrent decision. By decision of center and states together, a solution can be made. Only center, only state cannot make any solution to the problem. Then decision by 75% of the votes members, finance ministers, and weightage of the vote 1/3 for the center and 2/3. 1/3 we can take it 33%. 2/3 means 66% for all states and union territories together is given 66%.